If there is anyone out there who still doubts that America is a place where all things are possible, who still wonders if the dream of our founders is alive in our time, who still questions the power of our democracy, tonight is your answer. It's the answer told by lines that stretch schools and churches in this nation, never by people who wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Obama will not speak to you tonight. His time is up. I have taken it over. You were to hear a report on the world crisis. That is what you're going to hear. For 12 years, you have been asking, who is John Galt? This is John Galt speaking. I am the man who loves his life. I am the man who does not sacrifice his love or his values. I am the man who has deprived you of victims and thus has destroyed your world. And if you wish to know why you are perishing, you who dread knowledge, I am the man who will now tell you. The chief engineer was the only one able to move. He ran to a television set and shrugged frantically at his dials. But the screen remained empty. The speaker had not chosen to be seen, only his voice filled the airwaves of the country, of the world, thought the chief engineer, sounding as if he were speaking here in this room, not to a group but to one man. It was not the tone of addressing a meeting, but the tone of addressing a mind. You have heard it said that this is an age of moral crisis. You have said it yourself, half in fear, half in hope, that the words had no meaning. You cried that a man's sins are destroying the world, and you have cursed human nature for its unwillingness to practice the virtues you demanded. Since virtue, to you, consists of sacrifice, you have demanded more sacrifices in every successive disaster. In the name of a return to morality, you have sacrificed all those evils which you held as the cause of your plight. You have sacrificed justice to mercy. You have sacrificed independence to unity. You have sacrificed reason to faith. You have sacrificed wealth to need. You have sacrificed self-esteem to self-denial. You have sacrificed happiness to duty. You have destroyed all that which you held to be evil and achieved all which you held to be good. Why then do you shrink in horror from the sight of the world around you? That world is not the product of your sins. It is the product and the image of your virtues. It is your moral idea brought into reality in its full and final perfection. You have fought for it. You have dreamed of it. And you have wished it. And I am the man who has granted your wish.
The fusion of rational thought and political analysis. This is what your brain has been waiting for. News, politics, and issues. Enhance. You have just joined the wilkow majority.
The next generation of great talk radio, the undisputed leader of the new school. Andrew Wilkow, Sirius Patriot 144. Phone lines as always, 1-866-95-PATRIOT. The email, just spell my name right. WILKOW. It's Sirius-radio.com. Individual Patriot first, conservative second, Republican third, and working every single day to make this the most popular program offered by Sirius Satellite Radio, because it's based in one thing and one thing only, and that is rational thought. So welcome to the Wilkow Majority. I'm Andrew Wilkow. This is a great day. This is an amazing moment, because you are now going to see the full spectrum of what liberalism, socialism, wealth redistribution, and government control of your day-to-day lives looks like. You think because the government has benevolent intent that you are not losing liberty? If you believe that, you're insane. You are absolutely insane. The most amazing thing about those that voted for Barack Obama, the liberals, the socialists, the communists, the idealists, When you hear them talk about the Constitution, when you hear them talk about the founding documents and the framers and the founding fathers and the American Revolution, they simply don't get it. They simply don't understand. The founding fathers were purposeful in their omission of what the government could do to you, whether on your behalf or for its own agenda. For better or for worse, for right or for wrong, for up or for down, for malevolence or benevolence. They pushed the federal government to the sidelines on purpose. They did it for a reason. They did not want a centralized federal government that would act like a monarchy. They did not want all of the power in one place. They set up a system of government, not just with checks and balances within the federal government, but within the United States, meaning states' rights, state government, state power. They were more apt to identify individual freedoms and individual rights and limits on the power of government before they actually identified what the government could and could not do. Self-government. Individual prosperity, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit, not the achievement, the pursuit of happiness. Your freedom to be you includes my freedom to be free from you. My freedom to be me includes your freedom to be free from me. Unity, sacrifice, virtue, these are all lost on the Democrats. These are all lost on liberals. The assumption is that only one group of people should be virtuous. One group of people should sacrifice. One group of people should give up who they are, give up their beliefs, and dilute themselves into some so-called unity. Nonsense. 1-866-95-PATRIOT, 1-866-95-PATRIOT. You know what's funny? You listen to some of these people talk about individual freedoms, individual rights, individual freedoms, but they want the government to grow, the government to take control, the government to tax, the government to create class warfare, to set neighbors against each other, to say, if that guy's got more money than you, then you should be angry. You should be angry and empower the government to pick his pocket in your favor, forgetting that there's someone always worse off than you. You know what's fascinating? My prediction came true, as all my predictions come true. Have you seen a story this morning about voter machines, long lines, voter disenfranchisement? The only voter disenfranchisement or voter intimidation that we saw was at the hands of the Black Panthers. Can you cue up that audio for me? For the 2000 and 2004 election, and even in the past midterm elections, we kept hearing these horror stories of Republican thugs standing by the polls, disenfranchising the elderly, the poor, the minorities. They were going to keep people away from the polls with their thuggish tactics. No proof, no evidence, no arrests, no investigations, nothing, because there was nothing to substantiate it. But yet, at a polling place in Philadelphia, you had a man with a billy club, two Black Panthers standing out front of a polling place, telling people they couldn't come inside, telling Republican workers they weren't allowed inside or outside. If they were inside, they had to stay inside. Outside, they couldn't come in. And it seems that Fox News was really the only news outlet there, because they're the racist right-wing Fox News. No, they're the ones that got the story. If there were people dressed up in Klan outfits, standing in front of a polling place with weapons, even if it was two yahoos in one precinct, this would be the front page story. If Barack Obama lost and they could say there were two Klansmen in front of a polling place in Mississippi, that's all you'd be hearing today. But we don't care if there was voter fraud. We don't care if there was 200,000 ballots in Ohio. We don't care about Acorn. We don't care about the Black Panthers. It's hope, it's change, it's a history, blah, 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 blah. The thuggish tactics are only thuggish tactics and wrong when Republicans are accused, never proven to use them. When the liberals use them, then it's A-OK. Listen to this.